So Japan became the school of God for me, in that I started to experience what I would call a stripping away of, things that I had attached to my identity, or either based on my experiences and or based on the things that were said, or whatever little biases that I may have had about me. But the one struggle I had more than anything, I could understand, like, look, I'm here to study, I'm here to do my master's, and after I finish my master's, I'm going to go to I'm in Switzerland, I'm going to go over here and over there and, do all these great things in the world. That much I understood. But the very one thing I couldn't quite face was my calling, being called into ministry. That is where there was a disconnect because of ideas I had about ministry, limited perceptions that I had about ministry. I felt like being called meant a life of suffering. And I need to mention, my mother is a pastor, and I have seen so many different people in ministry confining themselves to just the pulpit, and therefore I just felt God had equipped me in so many ways. How could He want me to just end up in the pulpit and that be the end of it? So I kept on asking myself, am I making a mistake about not going to Bible school and this and this and that, And so sometimes when you know something, you wonder and you compare yourself with many people like who are either working in what you believe is similar to your journey, and you wonder, am I A or am I B? Am I C? Am I D? So I went through that as I was, following different leaders, as I was following different mentors, actively and passively as well. There were those who were very active in my life and those whom I would read, through books and TV and all that. And ultimately, I came to, a crossroads, and I kept on having a much deeper hunger to say, okay, God, it's fine. I traveled the world. It's fine. I'm getting my PhD. It's fine. All of these things I'm giving to you, and I want to use them for your glory, God. But, there's that thing. It's there. You put a lid on it. And for me, ultimately, I was led into fasting. As I continued to fast and pray, God kept on leading me to different, books, and also just different ministries to really just fill me up with most of His word and to really show me different things at the time. But it's not like there was like thunder and lightning moments like, hey, this is that. But particularly one very, very, I would say life-defining time was when I fasted for 100 days. Okay, I had a 40-day fast, and then after that 40-day fast, I had very divine encounters with the Lord that actually directed me towards ministry. And I was like, oh, wait. And then when I went into the second lap, which was 2013, and I fasted, first I was fasting for 21 days, and I was fasting for a husband. Because I was struggling in relationships, and then I thought, well, maybe this one time I need to fast about this thing, right? But as I was like 5 days into that fast, the Lord was like, no, that's not what we're doing here. Focus on your destiny. Focus on why you are here. And so I continued again, having those meetings with the Lord for those 100 days. And the last lap of those 100 days, that's when I ended up in South Korea at the Prayer Mountain. And I was actually a part of the Yonggi Cho's church. I went to stay there for a week, and it was in that week that I had a very divine encounter with the Lord, and He started to tell me about my ministry and that I'm called. And also it was a time when I also was ready to say yes. I was like, you know what? I am no longer going to fight this. This is what it is, right? So I guess in very, very simple words, again, I would say it was, and it has been, and I believe it will continue to be a journey where based on your obedience at different stages, God begins to reveal what is in that assignment, what is in that season. So the reason I'm sharing these seasons with you is just so you see that nobody really wakes up, even in the Bible, wakes up on top of their mountain understanding this is who I am. We all go through a process, and my process followed these different encounters of prayer, of fasting, of asking, of being angry towards God, of running from God, of avoiding it all and coming back to him and understand. And at this end of the day, when I say he's all my reasons, it's because I've truly gone through all I could go through. I've truly searched anything I could search through, whether it's in education, it's in this and or that. And I found that, to be honest, true meaning, true validity, true authenticity, true peace happens when you fully accept whom you are in God and whose you are.